how you doing? Yeah, my name is Victoria Merab Akinyi, and I would love to share my view about cities. Yeah, so I come from Kampala, the capital city of Uganda, and it's a very interesting city. I would say it's a city where people don't sleep, and a city where um, strangers become friends, and friends sometimes become strangers, but literally it's a joyful city. And we have our streets filled with particularly the place that I grew up from. I watched people stay up all night and stay shops open till 1 a.m. And to me, this was a city. That's my view of a city. It's a place where we have traffic going on, we have all these cars around, we have lights never going off, you never get to see the stars, because each time I went up country I would see stars, but whenever I was in the city you don't get to see stars. So that's been my view about cities. However, it's interesting reading about Jen Jacobs and how she shares how cities are and how development has made them change, and just sharing how cities should be places where people can move freely, where people can be able to interact with each other. Ballet, like how she defines the ballet walks. And to me, it's really shocking, when I look at Baltimore as a city. My expectations were a city should be like the most developed part in the country, and it's also not just the development, but then people do stay up all night and people connect with each other. Every space feels safe, unless it's in the dark. But unfortunately, I actually stay and live in Baltimore City, and my streets, by 7 p.m. the streets are empty. And there's no one. And when streets are empty, there's no, like, you fear for yourself, you feel like there's no sense of security. And this to me was a very eye-opening moment for me. When I got to get from this reading was appreciating my country, appreciating the city that I come from, and also appreciating the other side, the upside of low development. Yeah, we crave for development, we desire development, but it's so sad when development robs you of community, when development robs you of peace, when development robs you of connection, when everyone is scared of the other, when you no longer have things that felt normal, when sidewalks are not a thing, when everything that felt safe and fun and enjoyable and brought character, brought unity, brought people together are no longer there. So that's a very sad thing for my side, and I fear for my country, I fear for Africa and cities, some of them that could be like my countries. I fear for them being robbed of that community, being robbed of that connection, and the joyful noise and the late night walks that feel so safe, and finding neighbors that are willing to give you salt, but help you with sugar that you don't even know, and that's to me something magical. And I also look at what Patel shares about how the differences about when we get into cities, how these differences affect us, and how people are divided, and based on how cities end up dividing people. She calls it contact zones, where you're all together, you're in the same place, you're working in the same spaces, but you just don't receive the same opportunities. Opportunities are based on who you are, what you look like, where you come from, and all that, and how it affects immigrants in the cities. And I must say that's really it's a reality, and sometimes you have to work beyond to do more, to, you know, be deserving of being in some places. I'll say even beyond migration, migrants and all that, just in my country, when you're around, when you go, I remember this one time I went to the restaurant with my friend, and she was white. We sat at the restaurant, and when we were done, when they brought the bill, they gave it to her, and yet I'm the one who took her out for dinner, and I was the one paying the meal. So I was like, why would you think she's the one paying the bill, you know? So it just happens naturally. In it's so sad how segregation happens even by your own people, and how it has been made normal and all that, and it's affecting people, and it's affecting mindsets, and it's affecting cities. But yeah, people do not move to cities because they hate their homes. They do not move there because they don't love community, but it's because of desire for something better and the hope that the city will offer much better, because opportunities have all been crowded in the city. So yeah, that's my view. I don't want to say much, but talking about cities, that's something we would talk about the whole day, and I would want us to do that. But yeah, for now, that's what I can share. Yeah. Thank you. Bye.